everyone's like, Huck, show us your OC, show us your OC, make up a Kamen Rider, make up a Sentai. If you could do a Kamen Rider season, what would the gimmicks be? And I'm like, I made one. I made one. You guys have links? That's good. I want to see yours. I want to see your Kamen Rider OC, and I'm going to rank that since everybody wants to be all judgy about links. I'm a little salty about it. So I am going to rank your Kamen Rider OCs. I had everybody submit to the Discord in the Rank My OC channel. We're going to go through it and talk about them. And I'm not going to do this like venomously because I feel like someone's probably thinking like, Hawkilles is definitely going to shit on my OC. Unless there is something like intentionally funny about it, or if I'm laughing at it, I think it's supposed to be intentionally funny. If it's not, feel free to tell me. I don't want to like shit on you guys. I'm literally just being like, I would watch this. I would not watch this. I would give it 3 episodes. Lynx is still the true 2023 rider. True. Tier list the OCs. I thought about it, but then I was like, I would have to make pictures for everybody and throw them in spots. My friend doesn't have Twitch, so I'm 50% here for him and his OC. What's up, EV's friend? How's it going? All right, we'll jump over to the Discord now. I'll probably pull this out so you guys can see more of it. Yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. That's good. Made this channel 2 days ago. And I put, here are the guidelines. Submit a picture and a short description of your Kamen Rider OC. We'll do other OCs at a later date. I'll rank them on stream on Thursday. Plus, if you have any questions about your OC, let me know. Slow mode is on. This channel is for submitting only. And the first question here is, what's an OC? It's an original character. It's original character. It's your own original Kamen Rider. I think you were genuinely asking. I know this person wasn't. But we're gonna go down and look at everyone's OCs. The first one up, Kaiju Carl in the chat. First 2 pictures. Primal Rider Iska. Frozen in time during a decisive battle with an evil tyrant, Rei Makuro. I'm going to butcher these names, guys. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that until right now. I am so sorry if I mess up your OC's name. Oh god. Iska has been accidentally awakened 12,000 years later by Armored Rider Enzen to continue the fight with Rei Makuro, and the scourge that it brings with it. Primal Rider Iska's powers come from the favor gained by the god of storms, Quato. You are not making this easy, Carl. Already. He is able to utilize wind and lightning along with his trusty dual trident. He dons his Primal Rider armor by raising the Eye of Quato bracer up and calling Primal Invocation, where his armor will materialize in a beam of golden light. Iska does not like to waste time, pleasantries, and often can seem cold to others. And he's the first 2 pictures. So it's this dude. I like his trident a lot. I like his trident and I like the trim of it. I don't know. If you want to like get me into your OC, Abs is really good. Abs is really good. Abs are great. And there's like a cool attack stance with a trident. I didn't realize it was trident on both sides. This is a double trident. That's fire. Wait, if you do a Sentai OC ranking, can it be a fan-made Sentai fan-made Sentai team as well? Yeah, that's what I meant. There's that one, and it's Armor Rider Anzen, a security guard for Site 195 in all but shut down research facility on Boko Island. He is a daydreamer and constantly working with his AI partner Mai to improve his Zaiden armor. Often, he tries to avoid stressful situations, but somehow finds himself in the middle of most, and that's when more logical Mai will assist. Their chaotic dynamic brings out the best in both of them. The Zaiden armor is tailored specifically for Anzin with the help of Mai and utilizes nanobots through a Neuralink called the Null System. This gives Mai real-time data to assist in creating whatever tool is deemed necessary for the situation, like various bullets for Secta shot. He henshins using the Zaiden driver around his waist, and that's this one. Oh, sick! I don't know why. Who did you get to draw these, Carl? I don't know why, but like, I really like the gun and the little AI like Buzz Lightyear thing. Ashmish, that's what I thought. This style, like I saw the style and I was like, I've seen this before. It reminds me of a, don't ask me why. It reminds me of a Neopet. It looks like a Neopet, like when you would go to the Neopet's space station and there would be guns there. I'm probably wrong, but that's what it reminds me of. Just the weapons, not the action, not the full thing. Just the weapons. It reminds me of Neopets. I miss Neopets. Neopets is great. It looks like Barney. I dig the belt and everything. It's a little too gray for me. Like most of the time, if I imagine a Kamen Rider, it's so either vibrantly colored or like darkish colored, but never like gunmetal gray, if that makes sense. Rob said, give me a Gundam, you say it's a Neopet. No, I say the gun is a Neopet. Gundam is what I totally can picture though. Gundam makes a lot more sense. He feels tertiary, if that makes sense. In not an insult way. I really like this guy though. But the same thing, gray I feel like is not the biggest color that I enjoy on riders. But I get the idea. And I know why there's gray there, because I know what your favorite rider is. So, for Kamen Rider Ixen, or Primal Rider Ixen, I like the primal part of it. I like that you can kind of see the contrast between the two. Like this dude's future and this dude's back in the day. I'll give him I really like him. I'll give him an A, and I'll give the other one a B. I give this dude a B because he looks very tertiary. Which probably isn't the right way to grade things, but he looks tertiary to me. This dude, I'll give him an A. Next up these are Kamen Rider Sirens and Kamen Rider Veteran. This is from Ace Marlowe. Siren has the cop, fireman, and medic forms, and Veteran has the army form. No specific story. You can make one if you like. ERS stands for Emergency Rider Services. That is sick. Wait, hold on. I love the lights on the side. You give mine an A so I don't hide more blades in the videos. Please stop hiding blades in my videos. Thank you for the hydrate. I actually don't have water. Oh my gosh, I don't have water. Okay, I'm back. No chair stream. Thank you. I probably needed that. I actually should turn on the fan too. It's kind of hot here. All right, see how like ready I was for this stream? It's not like I just jumped on stream 3 minutes late and was like, let me do something. We planned this stuff out. Yeah, if you guys look in any of the Clips channel videos, there's definitely Definitely blades hidden in there. I think the last one was the Geats one that I saw. They're re-releasing the Blizzard Knuckle. Fantastic. Great. This was dope. Which one was this? Kamen Rider Sirens. So Sirens is the cop. I love the lights on the side. I don't know what the belt is just from this yet. Is it like a phone that goes in? And then it shows the like symbol on there. There's this fireman form. I really like the helmet for this. Shout out to like, this is exactly what I think they would do with this style form. Of like, top piece, boots, and like nothing in the middle. Nothing in the middle. And he would only, like the fireman form would definitely only be situational. Like, cop would be his main form, he'd go to that all the time. Fireman form, he'd definitely be very situational. Oh, it's an ID slot. Oh, I see it. Yeah, you put your ID in there. Maybe if I made it bigger. Maybe if I made it bigger so I could zoom in. And then it has the ERS on the helmet. I like that. This looks like an alien, the undersuit on this one. I think it's because of all the creases and stuff, but it looks like an alien. Who made this art? Is it yours? Ooh, that one's cool. Hold up. Medic. I love the lights in the eyes. It's so cool. You made the art? That's sick. I love the lights in the eyes. It's so dope. I love the ID goes into the ID slot and then it shows what it is right there. That's badass. Dude, I would buy that driver. The lights in the eyes are cool because like it's like compound lights. And I like the colors on this one actually. And the lights on the feet, hold on. What are those? That's so sick. These are badass. And then Veteran, who just has a tank behind him. Fire. Oh, the treads as the chest piece is so sick. That's such a good idea. The treads as the chest piece. This one's a little different. I like that his little picture shows up there. It looks like you just took this picture and shrunk it down into his little circle. The army cap is cool too. I really like the symbols on the head. I don't know why. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I like the tank behind him. Oh, it's a coin. That's so cool. I didn't anticipate like drivers for this. I don't know why. I didn't anticipate that you guys like made your own drivers and thought of all this stuff. And I'm like, damn, these are toys I want now. These are just toys. I'm just letting myself down. I'm just letting myself down by not having all these toys. Yeah, sorry, I was texting. These are dope. I'm assuming these are all one. Yeah, Sirens and Veteran. I really like Sirens as a name too. Sirens is a sick name. Sirens, because I really like this form. I think it's cop, medic, and then fireman for me. In terms of just Sirens forms. I like the, duh, he gets a motorcycle too. I'm gonna give Sirens a B+. Army gets a B. I like him less than Sirens, but I think Sirens is really cool. Veteran reminds me of Mega Man Battle Network. It does look like it would be in Mega Man Battle Network. Project Marvels says, hell yeah, Rider OC time. Rider Raymond, aka Miracle Mask, a name given to him by the city he protects, is a superhero by day and night and a cafe barista somewhere in between. His powers are called materialization, which allows him to create anything with thought alone. It's what forms his heroic suit and creates the numerous gadgets and weapons he uses in combating his foes. He struggles with the day-to-day balance of fighting bad guys and keeping a normal life, but he's motivated by an extreme guilt formed from a year of his youth that he struggles to remember. Just that something bad happened, people died, and it's all his fault. Hold on. Motivated by an extreme guilt formed from a year in his youth that he struggles to remember, just that something bad happened, people died, and it's all his fault. Outside of a messiah complex, Rider is kind, naive, and not very intelligent. How? What do you mean outside of a messiah complex? Very straightforward and honest in his responses, which can come off as a jab at another person's expense. Once again, same question. Who did the art for this? Next. I guess it's not a question. I love that the mask has expressions. It's just an LED that's amazing. And it's like I could clearly see the mock inspirations. Love that. The chest piece reminds me of, this reminds me of X8 and the chest piece, or Snipe, and then this piece reminds me of 01. The emoji eyes are so sick. I can't find this on the Discord. It's Rank My OCs. It's the 4th channel down. I love the cape. Love the drawing. The drawing is beautiful, by the way. Select City on Twitter. Dope. I need to learn not to open random Twitters. I'm sure they're lovely. They did great art here. I can't just scroll random Twitters on stream. I have to remember that. I've been so good about it recently. It's okay, they're wholesome. I love this. One of my biggest things about Riders is a lot of people just kind of give up on the legs. I love that you have the knee pads going on, and the it's like a holster, I assume, like the Tycoon style thing going on. I can't get over the mask. The mask is so good. I'm gonna have to start hiring you guys for arts because these are awesome. That's what I'm saying. Hey, if you guys see an artist you like, go for it. Getting an artist for my OC made me far more excited about it, because I just didn't think that I had the mental not capabilities, but it didn't really come together until I saw someone's rendition of it, and then I was like, oh my god, yeah, that's Lynx. That's what Lynx looks like. But this is fire. Next up, from Boone Red, I decided to redesign my Rider OC, Kamen Rider Dio. I made him less blocky so he would look better, was bored and wondered what a Revice Rider with gold Spino as a power-up would look like. It's obviously Spinosaurus themed. What's that Spino mecha from Kyoryuger called? Spino Dio? And so Kamen Rider Dio was born. I wanted to keep the themes of Revice with devils and such with this guy, so Dio is a demon whose contract with their human is long gone. Dio just kind of exists doing nothing since he can't leave into the real world, but after its human gets injured and they're both on the brink of death, Dio himself makes a deal with Gif and detaches from his human to become Kamen Rider Dio. I believe that Gold Spino would be used as a way to not be a bad guy, find it's useless. Oh, you're cool now. Here, power up. His final form I called Uncovered Dino is a retool off the Volcano Vice stamp, retooled into a brush like paleontologists use, brushing away bones. I don't know how that would fit into the story. Also, any design ideas for Dio's demon form? It only has start here for me. Is there any other alternatives I can use? Go into start here and then read it and thumbs up the rules or whatever it is. Kamen Rider Dio. That's sick. One thing I love about Revice's suit is the teeth on it. So I think that's so cool. I like how it looks too. I think it looks great. The spines on the side. And it looks like he kind of uses the Demon's driver, right? Or like a version of the Demon's slash Veil slash Destream driver going on. Which is good because I like that setup. Yeah, I dig this. I like the helmet too. It reminds me of almost like Power Rangers but in a rider form, which I think is dope. If it's Volcano, does it get a little egg? Everybody gets a little egg. Everybody gets a little Barid Rex egg. Don't be sorry and embarrassed her doesn't have art. It's okay. Everybody has a little Rex egg. I also like this. One of the things that I am bummed that Revice dropped later is like the paint that was going on in a lot of the suits. So that's why I could be wrong. That's what I imagine this is one of those paintbrush splatter things. So I think that's really cool. Kamen Rider Dio gets a B. Gets a B for me. Here's my version of Ichigo from Internet Man. And he has a burning fist of some kind. Let's start from the top here. Helmet, antenna comm, ear guard, bolt, jaw guard, visor with different vision modules, jaw for biting, jaw hinge. So this Ichigo bites people. Shoulder guard, bulletproof, metal frame, arm guard, spikes, blade, metal frame, foot guard, steel soles, side view of the helmet, steel strap. Where's that? Oh, okay, that's on the leg. Thigh strap, wind turbine, there's his belt, typhoon, buttons, side buttons, vortex, it says can shoot air. The vortex gloves can shoot air is what it says. I'm so sorry. Wires, sharp tip, and barb. This is cool. This is sick. I like the Ichigo redesign. Ichigo is hard because it's very like... It's like iconic. There's one thing that Ichigo looks like, right? So anyone that like takes the time to redesign it, I wholly respect. And this looks cool. It almost looks like a little bit of Kamen Rider Freedom in there. If you've been a fan for the channel of a while, you know who Kamen Rider Freedom is. It almost looks like a little bit of Kamen Rider Freedom thrown in there, but like also like he's been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? He's been through a lot of shit. Kamen Rider Freedom is legendary. It's like Kamen Rider Freedom's been through some shit. It went to a mission. They thought he was dead. And then he comes back like this. And they're just like, oh my god. It's Ichigo. Takeshi after Shin Kamen Rider. Did you watch Shin Kamen Rider? Do you know what happens to Takeshi in Shin Kamen Rider? There's something very specific that would not let this happen. No, okay, that makes sense. That explains it. That does explain it. He's like, I've never seen it, but he definitely went through some stuff, right? He definitely went through some stuff and came out on the other side a lot better. There was stuff, all right. Stuff definitely happened. Remember when that guy was like, did you sleep with my sister in Shin Kamen Rider? Just me? Cool. Next up. I have Saber OC. I know the helmet looks similar to Saber, but I like the shape of it. Honestly, if I tried to draw a helmet that looked like Saber, I wouldn't even come this close. So I would be like, you should be ecstatic about that. It says Fire Empress. There is a legend old as time, so a hero... I'm not going to say Shart, because that's not what it says, but I don't know what it says. Have passion in... I'm so bad at reading. There's Fire Empress. There's Fire Empress. And the Autobot symbol as well. and the Autobots symbol. The sword is sick though. I like the sword. I like the hilt being, one, kind of symmetrical, but two, just like straight up flames. No book. No belt for the book. Does that mean the belt is in the sword? Or the driver's in the sword? Or is this the driver right here? Because if this is the driver, that would be sick. If they just took the Saber driver and strapped it to their wrist, I would be so about it. Cursive strikes again. Guys, I can't read. I can't see colors. I can't read. You're watching a very, very hindered man right now, okay? A wrist driver would be so badass, especially like in Saber, where it's 3 books. That'd be fire. You just throw them all in there. That'd be dope. I like the skirt on it too, though, and the black and the red blends very well because black and the red always go together, obviously. And I like that it's only 2 sides. I'm assuming because Saber has 3, and I think it's way too much. Fire Empress gets a B. Kamen Rider Sagu. No description, just a lot of pictures. This is... You just wanted to show off your art. You just wanted to show off your art. This is Boost and Rabbit Rabbit. Boost Fever and Rabbit Rabbit. Oh, it's Kamen Rider Sagu in all different ways of the DGP. That's so cool. I definitely feel like this is just Rabbit Rabbit's head, though. This definitely feels like Rabbit Rabbit's head just plopped on top of a DGP rider, which I'm not hating. I like it. This is the coolest one. I don't know what's behind him. I think it's bananas. Maybe? Or is it coins? That would make more sense because it's fever. That's a good idea to appease Hawk. You're right. Rabbit Rabbit, a Build and Geats mixed up rider, Kamen Rider Sagu, A+. A+. I thought it was flowers. It's definitely coins or bananas. I want to say bananas. Kamen Rider Bark Up, Shuri Setsumin. Barking up the wrong tree. Dog cartoon mascot themed rider Barkley Dog is the toon character created by Setsumin. He's a small red-orange robotic dog. The rider suit utilizes dog-like design influences. Setsu created by Barkley and is trying to get his character show funded produced. Driver, tune-up driver, stylized projector belt. That would be sick. Tune-up reels, changed forms, henshin items can be slotted into weapons and doubled up with another reel for combos. You know what's insane about this is I'm like thinking about it, and my daughter has like a flashlight with those little viewfinder things that spins and like projects onto the wall, and I could just picture that with this, and I'm like, God, those would be the sickest gimmick. To have those little viewfinder things, slot them in, and like either crank it or whatever, or like turn it, and it's called it's the little projectors. Those would be the sickest gimmicks. I would collect those, and they have like different symbols or like even different attacks on them. It'd be badass. Markusatsu is on the server. I wonder if he would participate. Markusatsu could call right now if he wants to. and I can get his take on what his OC is. Barkley Dog Tune-Up Reel Primary Form. Tune-Up Buster Blaster Multi-Tool Weapon. Slots in reels for finishes, of course. Press middle activation button to tune-up reel. Reel name, Reel On. So it'd be like, Steamboat Willie, Reel On. Attached to projector style belt, reel name, Reel Set. Let's start the show. Play standby jingle number 1. Show start slides reel forward to activate Henshin. Henshin pose mimics a flip clapboard and claws to represent Barkley. That sounds badass. This is like me being a dad and being able to like visualize it and stuff. But I love this because I would like definitely just buy it for me and play with it with my daughter of like, look at all the freaking little reels we have. All the little projector things we could look at. That's badass. For some reason, when I started reading it, I pictured Poochie from The Simpsons. Like, I know you said you didn't have any, but, oops, I moved the whole thing. Boop. Make it bigger. I know you said you didn't have like what it looks like. But like, this is now what it looks like in my mind. This is Barkley. Barkley and his creator right here. This is what you get. I would totally watch Bark Up. Kamen Rider Bark Up. This is Barkley and Shuri. This is Poochie and Roy. Yeah, I dig this. Poochie, or sorry, Bark Up, A, because I can like 100% just imagine it in my mind. Kamen Warrior Fart Roll. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Kamen Warrior Fault Roll. Fault Roll. Or Fault Roll. Fault Roll. Fault Roll. Fault Roll, a Valvrad inspired OC. No specific story save for that its user is a college graduate struggling to find a job and chances upon becoming a test user for the Fault Roll system. The big screwdriver weapon would be named Falchion. Art by Tozy. I know Tozy. I've seen him. It's great stuff. Fart Roll, Come Shoot, and Shart. The Holy Trinity. I'm really not trying. Speaking for a long time is hard, guys, okay? Speaking for a long time, uninterrupted, entertainingly hard. But here is Fault Roll. And I'm going to be honest, you said Kamen Warrior like Valvrad. This deserves full Kamen Rider status. It's got the belt going on and everything. This just deserves full Kamen Rider status. I also like am imagining this is like the Sklash driver, but to the side. Thank you for the hydrate. It looks better than Valvrad. It does look better than Valvrad. I also like the Metal Heroes looking helmet on it. It looks like I forgot what a lot of the Robos and Metal Heroes are called, but they look like they have this kind of design style. And it looks great. The screwdriver looks a million times better than the Valve Slasher as well. I'm not a big fan of the Valve Slasher, but like, this is what I imagine it's supposed to look like. When they were like, had the idea, they were like, man, let's make a big tool. What's the tool that's like a sword? That's like the tool that looks like a sword. Oh, Valvrad should have this sword, but it's like a tool. What's the tool that Jeff? Hey Jeff, what's the tool that could like be a sword? A wrench. Oh, a wrench. A wrench could be a sword. A wrench, and we name him Spanner. We name him Spanner. Whew. And we name his dad Spanner Wrench. Spanner Wrench. because if we just Google it. Wait, what is... I thought spanner was wrench in Japanese. Am I wrong?
Renchi.
My Jeff Toei thing makes no sense now. Being coked up would explain so many things about Kamen Rider. Trust me. It's why we have a lot of animals nowadays. Jeff Toei doesn't look it up, you're right. Because wrench means spanner in my mind. In my mind. So that's his name. Oh, here's the driver. Wait a second. Yeah, you insert this part right here. So what does this part of the driver do? If you insert the screwdriver here, I wonder what this part does then. I was thinking it was like a slash driver situation where wrench means spanner in Japanese. It could be for a Kemi card, you're right. That would be sick too. Slide the wrench in, or slide the screwdriver in and the Kemi card. Fire. He's like, actually, I don't have to combine my Kemi with anything. I combine it with my tool. Another word for wrench is spanner. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. This one just says evil Chris Pratt. And you guys liked it? You guys said perfection on evil Chris Pratt? Oh, I forgot to rank this one. Yeah, this one's A+. I think it's a really good idea around it. We'll downgrade it to A because I think it should be upgraded to a Kamen Rider and not a Kamen Warrior. Evil Chris Pratt, F. Did not understand the assignment here, guys. Here's my OC. I call him Kamen Rider Semeji. Semeji. Yes, Semeji. Still working on a story, but he's kind of like how Kamen Rider Abyss is in Decade, aka strictly an AR World exclusive rider. And he's this sick-ass shark from an AR World from 01. Because he's got this, God, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of it. He's got this driver from 01. Sameji, I think. Samiji. Force Riser, thank you. He's got the Force Riser from 01, and the rest of him is just a shark. He's just a cool-ass looking shark dude. I feel bad, because, like, I love how this looks, but you also picked one of my least favorite design philosophies in all of Kamen Rider in the Force Riser. Like, I don't like most of what comes out of the Force Riser, so like I know what this is supposed to look like, the chest armor and everything. So I'm gonna give this a B, because like I really like the helmet, but I'm imagining what it would actually look like with the like diamond plate and everything, and I'm not a fan of that part of it. Get rid of the Force Riser and make your own driver? A. Definitely A. B for bullshit. I'm not good at drawing at all. It's okay. Neither am I. Don't worry, Star. But here's one of my OCs in a short chibi style, in sort of a chibi style. No colors though, sorry. Her name is Stella. She's a kind but sort of awkward alien that crash landed onto Earth who transforms into Kamen Rider Stellar. She's the main rider because why not? Of course. Why wouldn't you make a main rider? If you're making your rider, make it a main rider. Be the main character, guys. Fun fact, the little stars at the end of her antenna sort of have minds of their own, but their brains are also connected to Stella's, so they aren't fully autonomous. A running gag in her hypothetical show would be that the little stars opening up and eating food in front of them. That is the only way Stella feeds herself. She can also eat with them at the same time. Of all of the things I assumed you guys would like think out about your OC rider, How they would eat was not one of them. It was not one that I thought you guys would think about overly. Which results in someone who's meeting Stella for the first time freaking out. Just alien biology stuff, don't mind it. I haven't really fleshed her out very much, nor do I have a design for her rider form figured out, but I hope that's okay. The little helmet up top just sort of came up with on the spot, and I don't know if I like that much, but In case you're wondering, there's supposed to be a little comet on the side of the helmet's face and the sun on the top of it because, you know, stars and stuff. If I ever decide to actually design the suit, I hope I think of something better. Still love her to bits, though. Honestly, the helmet with the comet and the sun, I'm like, I can already picture in my mind and I think it looks great. I think it looks great. I really like this. I get why the antennas are there. I think for the Kamen Rider version of it, they should either be like more in the middle and up top or like hanging back, sort of like a ponytail, if that makes sense. But I like the idea. I think the idea is very much there. I don't want to rank it because like you don't have a rider yet besides this top part, and you said like you don't know if you're happy with it. I think follow your gut, follow this design that you have in mind, or even get with a person to draw it with you or for you, one of your friends or like someone you commission, and I think that would be very, very good. I think you have a really solid idea there, though. I hope I'm not late. You're not. Welcome. So this is my dude, Kamen Rider Slide. I have so much lore for him, but here are the basics. I gotta say, shout out to you guys, because if you go up on the pinned part of it, I did put short. So I made a picture in a short description, and you guys said, fuck you, Hawk, we're gonna make you read a lot. We're gonna make you read a whole lot. But that's good. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. I have so much lore for him, but here are the basics. Matthew Shields comes from a dynasty of spies, but he is reluctant to continue this lineage due to believing that his parents died due to their spy life. Okay. But when he witnesses the attack of the monsters on his city and tries to fight off them by himself, Matt winds up in the hospital. There, after seeing all the suffering and pain they brought with them, he decided that he will fight them to avenge these feelings, and after some time, a mysterious suitcase appears at his door, which carries the Slider. I'm taking off like a half a point, because God, I hate when Kamen Rider does this. I hate when they don't just call it driver or gachar driver, and it's the gachar driver. Like it's all one word. I get that your word has a D in it. Driver can be its own word. Slide driver with it. He not only gets the power to transform into a Kamen Rider, but also strangely the powers of a technopathy. Now Matt, accepting his new state of being, begins his fight against the invading forces, planning to install a military dictatorship by using the monsters bestowed with different powers by a process not unlike one of Matthew, and more than that, he begins to learn all the spy tricks and gadgets and stuff, continuing his family's legacy in his own way. I don't understand why I didn't put together that like now he's a spy. Oh, now he's a spy. It was the spy people helping him out to become a rider. Rider. This is my Kamen Rider, Mr. Kamen Rider. He gets the slide through the stripes on his suit, with which he can power up all his attacks and perform a rider kick by literally standing on practically any surface to build up the speed for the kick, and also from the fact that he, as a spy, can slide into the information he needs. He transforms by sliding this card through the driver to the right and activates at different modes like arms mode, stealth mode, and dive mode. That's badass. by pressing buttons on the card and sliding the card to the left. And also, his suit assembles on him akin to a 3D printer printing a suit on him through a device appearing behind him during transformation. So it like starts at the bottom and goes 3D prints it, and then is how I'm imagining it. I have some more lore on this, like 2 other riders and slide season arcs. Episode names, I kind of strike for build-like tone for the series, but I'm just going to randomly drop that Fua will appear and become a recurring character. I'll take it. That sounds badass. And here is Kamen Rider Slider, right? Slider? Yes. No, Kamen Rider Slide. Sorry. I really like the card idea. One of my favorite things about Kamen Rider that obviously doesn't happen anymore and probably will never happen again is like base form side transformations, if that makes sense. Side transformations of base forms. Instead of like all these different combinations and stuff, I like having like these situational forms and then you go up. Instead of just like all these gimmicks at the bottom and then super form, final form. I like, oh, these forms right here, all pretty much the same strength, but like are used for very situational purposes. Like O's is a good version of it. Drive has the same kind of idea. Ryujin, I don't know if you're in here. You've been typing this whole time, dog. Every time I look down, you're typing. Except for now, because I mentioned your name. Next one is possessing an appearance that's heavily derived from the Den-O system. Shout out. Ryuo is a Foundation X created rider brought into existence through the reverse engineering the bond between Imagine and their human hosts. Originally intended for mass production, a failed attempt at transforming into this rider resulted into the Ryuo belt. Don't be sorry. I was just saying, I was looking down and you just typed the whole time since I started. Type away, dog. Jettisoning itself off into another. Well, hold on. Okay. A failed attempt at transforming into this rider resulting in the Ryuo belt jettisoning itself off into another universe, drawing Kaijin throughout the multiverse to its immense power. The latest user of the Ryuo belt is Nolan Bennett, a foreigner who resides in Tokyo to pursue his college studies abroad. On one fateful day, Nolan came across and inspected the elusive Ryuo pass after finding it to be the cause of his vehicle malfunctioning. Unbeknownst to Nolan, however, the pass houses an artificial imagining under the codename Bahamut, who forcibly latches itself and the Ryuo belt to Nolan in order to further its own existence. While Nolan now has to come to terms with the new responsibilities thrust upon him, Bahamut now has learned and adapted from his human host to regain his physical form. Together, the two gradually develop a companionship as they come face to face with a slew of monsters hailing from universes vastly different from their own. Together, they are the one and only Kamen Rider Ryuo instead of Den-O. And let me just say, I understand that Ryu means dragon. Having the dragon here is so sick. Having the dragon right here is so badass. Because, like, you open it up and you're just like, that's a dragon. I fucking get it. I understand. Move this over real quick. For some reason, that isn't looking right. Don't know why it didn't look right. There we go. There we go. Okay, we fixed it. Looks like Den-O gun form. I think that's supposed to be the point though, because it's like a Den-O style thing. It's like in Den-O universe technically. But I dig it. I really like the cross as the gem. I think that looks cool. I like the suits, the undersuit. I don't know if this is supposed to be just shadows or if it's like actually different colors, but I like different color undersuits. I think that's cool. This is a badass design. And the tracks coming down. Den-O has like such great suits, I think. And this one, no different. This one, also a great suit. Art commissioned by Alien OP47. Here's my version of Ichigo. This is him after the final battle. And I'll definitely draw more characters in the future. This is the same Ichigo we were looking at. This version of Ichigo was the first model in Shocker's new line of cyborg peacekeepers, but went wild and escaped. The world now sees him as a dangerous threat, and Shocker has created other cyborgs to stop him, but only he knows Shocker's true intentions. Bata-Og number 1. I was about to say, so this is definitely like like Shin Kamen Rider. This is definitely like a Shin Kamen Rider style thing, because Shocker's supposed to be like good guys in that too. I did say Baby Rex would love your rider idea. She would love it. She plays with the projectors all the time. Kamen Rider Buckler. This is EV. Kamen Rider Buckler. Real name Damien Greyfang. Fire name. I don't know why. I was just like, that's really good. Damien is a poverty-stricken kid. Is this supposed to be poverty? I definitely didn't misread this. Property-stricken or poverty-stricken? Because, like, I feel like, depending on what it is, those are opposites. Those feel like complete opposites. I'm going to assume poverty-stricken. Property-stricken is just like the richest kid you know. Poverty-stricken kid living in a small country town. His father was once a fearsome pirate captain. Wanting to strike out on his own, he steals his father's belt called the Captain Buckle and uses the Captain Key to transform. Greyfang aims to be simply known as a legend alongside his misfit pirate crew. Jingle made by me. Ooh, this one's got a jingle. Well, let me get my fucking headphones on. I didn't realize we were gonna get music in this shit too. Let's go. In this economy, I'll take being property stricken. As someone who's currently watching One Piece, love it. Also love the feathers coming out. I think that's sick. You went for colors, which I fucking love. The logo reminds me of Slade from Teen Titans, which is fun. He's got a civilian form. That's badass. The Captain Buckle and the Captain Key literally just reminds me of the Disney buckle that came out. Red X from Teen Titans. That's what I meant, yeah. Says the colorblind, make up your mind. I'm trying, okay? Just the Disney buckle that just came out. The Disney buckle looks sick. I've seen a couple people use it, and I'm like, oh. What the fuck? That's fire! Hold on! Hold on! Henshin! I did it too early. That's cool as fuck! Hold on! I did not expect we get jingles in this. That's insane. That belt is like instant buy. I love the voice being like so deep and like, yo ho, ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. That's a banger. Dude, you made a fire Kamen Rider. This is A+ right here. This is so good. It does sound like zombie. The henshin before his treasure? Exactly. You just henshin and then you do whatever you need to do for it. Like, I don't know if it's turn the key or what, but like the gunfire, then treasure, and you're just, whoo, oh my God. You guys are so fucking creative. You guys are so creative. I feel worse about my OC now. Now I'm getting self-conscious. Buckler supports Toku piracy. Buckler's like, hey, I know you can't watch my show in America. You should just pirate it. You should just pirate it. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Tismith says, around 2021, I had the idea of a Kamen Rider named Kamen Rider EOS. P.S. Harap sent some sketches below. Big thanks to him and Pasta. I'm shite at drawing. In a futuristic yet dystopian-ish world, everyone relies on IDNs, card-sized data drives with endless storage. Bro, I need that. To store and retrieve objects instantly, Japan's landscape is dominated by factories producing these devices, leading to high pollution and overwork, leaving only small patches of farmland where some hide away from the work life. Asahi Mitsuda, a former workaholic, remembers the letter from his grandfather urging him to return to their farm. There, he encounters a young woman and a guy who owns his grandfather's tractor with a hidden past as a racer. Fire. That he wants to run away from, who are the ones trying to maintain the worn out and overgrown farm. After settling in, Mitsuda suddenly heard a crash in the barn. Running towards it to see what happened, he found the monster of the week. A weird bug-like humanoid creature. It seems like it was hunting for something. Trying to hide from it, he finds a hidden suitcase. Inside it was a unique ident with a leaf symbol and a device that seemed to have several slots that fit an ident. Or an ident? An ident would make more sense, right? Like identity. Sorry for the wall of text you're gonna see. It's okay. Accompanied by the lever between it. Think of the gamer driver. The moment Mitsuda held the device, it spurted out roots from its sides, wrapping around his waist, forming the belt. This was the eco driver. Feeling the urge to insert the ident into one of the slots, because that's always how it works. Kamen Riders get the belt and they're like, I want to put this thing in it. I want to put this thing in it. Before being found by the creature, he panicked and inserted the ident into the slot, sliding to the other side. It made the ident open up as roots covered him. Then suddenly leaves and blades of grass formed armor around him. He's now become Kamen Rider EOS. Can be pronounced as echoes or just ecos. Those are two different things. Echoes and ecos are two different. Ecos makes all the sense in the world with everything going on here. Echoes, not so much. A guardian of nature to take care of the only home of his grandfather, to protect the neighboring town and its people, and to learn the origins of this bug-like creatures. You said there was pictures down here. I don't want to get too far. We'll find them. We'll find them. Let's go back up. We'll find the pictures. Quick edit. Hawk put on its going down now from... Quick edit. Hawk put on its going down now from Persona 3 Reloaded on stream, or if you make a video on this when you come to this. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Ler updates. Form, Komodo Rock, powers, poison injection and poison teleportation. Punching power, 2.5 tons. Kicking power, 5 tons. Jumping height, 3 feet. In this updated suit, I ditched the whole entire previous suit and gimmicks. Jonathan now uses the Soul Player Driver and Soul Disc to rock on while fighting evil. With this new suit, I wanted to actually make the helmet not look like an MMPR Red Ranger helmet, so I looked at the only Komodo dragon-like rider, which would be Amazon's, and I also looked at some real photos of Komodo dragons to make the helmet. Another part I wanted to upgrade was Ler's bracelet braids into poison injection bracelets, so it would make the opponents fight more cautiously, since in the lore, I want to make Jonathan a rookie boxer. That's why he has an average jumping height. Now, you might be wondering, what the fuck is poison teleportation? I also wanted to add some more lore, as Jonathan throughout the story will be called the God Reaper. So I basically just gave Jonathan Reapers from Overwatch. Teleport. Also, note this teleportation ability is used in the rider kick, swirling Jonathan around like a drive rider kick. Some final notes, I will be adding more forms based on animals, music genres, so Jonathan has more variety in his playlist, the next one being lion rap. Now, that'll be all folks, and Hawk, you better give me a good rank on this. And here is Kamen Rider... Wait, I lost the name. It was Kamen Rider... Ler. Kamen Rider Ler. Kamen Rider Ler, based off of Komodo Dragon. I was so focused on the music that I'm yelling because it's loud in my ears. Is it not loud for you guys? It was like blaring in my ears and I couldn't stop it because we were already going. It was not loud. I had my Reacts volume on instead of my jamming volume. I like the blades. I like the idea of the poison blades, and I like the idea that you thought of he's an amateur boxer. I think the design needs something more. Maybe on the chest. It feels like there should be something more on the chest. I like the helmet though. I think the helmet is really cool. I feel like there should be something more on the chest though. But other than that, I think it's super dope. Hey, I like that you thought of punching power, kicking power, and then jumping height. You're because he's a boxer, that's why he has an average jump. But he kicks 5 tons. What do you mean? He kicks 5 tons. You only give the guy 3 jumping height, 3 feet jump? Couldn't even be the NBA. Zoom in. Oh, is it a snake? Or a Komodo dragon? Duh, not a snake. I'm an idiot. Is it Komodo dragon? I like it. It's cool. I just feel like there should be something like shoulder pads or something. Something more going on here. Komodo Raku. It is Komodo Rock. You're right. Can't 01 jump higher? What are you talking? Literally every Kamen Rider can jump higher than 3 feet. I can jump higher than 3 feet. Do you know? You guys understand where 3 feet is? Three feet is 3 feet is right here. I can jump higher than 3 feet. I don't want to hit the fan. The fan is right. Don't say whoa. It's not impressive. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to show you where 3 feet is. I'm not a Kamen Rider. This chair is not 3 feet high. This chair is much higher than that. All right, back to important stuff. Back to important things. Also, fun fact, because that song is in a video game, I could probably use it in the YouTube video, so. Smokey! Hey, Smokey. I know you're here. What's up, buddy? Let's see what your OC is. Smokey, if you don't know, is the person that I used for the stream schedule graphic because he drew... I'm gonna vomit. He drew the links pictures that I use in the stream schedule. My Rider OCs, Stylus, Quill, and Giraffe. Lore. Kento Iji is a struggling art student who wants to create a world of joy and paint and smiles on the faces of people with his art. Eji's love of art comes from his father, who was a big-time artist before becoming the art teacher of the school. One day, Eji takes the drawn driver when a monster attacks the city. Eji now not only wants to create the smiles on people's faces, he now wants to protect them with the drawn driver and the Rider Ler card. Eji transforms and fights as the digital art writer, Kamen Rider Stylus. Don't let the links art sway your vote. Don't let the year of free links art, the year of like just you making every links form possible and secondary writer sway the vote on this. Got it. Okay. Oh, Sway, what's up? Shirai Rin, a female upperclassman of Iji. Oh, a senpai. Is a cold and serious person. Rin is commonly known at school as the menacing captain of the fencing team, but also enjoys reading and writing poetry and other writings in her free time. Rin was supposed to be given the drawn driver before Iji, but she was injured during what was meant to be her first battle. Unfortunately, the drawn driver and the Rider Ler card have already bonded with Iji and cannot be used other than him. Iji pleads with Rin to train him how to fight, and with much time and begging, Rin comes around and accepts. After another drawn driver is made, she eventually finds her resolve to fight for others and transforms as the secondary rider, the traditional Shoto rider, Kamen Rider Quill. Kamen Rider Quill. Kai Atkinson is an American graffiti artist who wanted to take their art to the streets of Japan. Kai's carefree yet wild personality is something expressed in his work. Kai eventually meets Eiji and immediately takes on a sudden interest in him. Kai hangs around with Eiji and Co, but is more known as the solo type. However, it is later shown that Kai has his own driver known as the tagged driver. Powered by the rider spray cans that Kai holds onto, the tagged driver transforms Kai to the rider of the streets, Kamen Rider Graph. I get it now. I didn't understand graph when I was reading it. Now I get it. And it's the Rider Ler card and the drawn driver. Gotta open it to read it. Insert card on top holds up to 3 cards, 1 ID, and 2 weapons. What? This holds up to 3 cards? You're just robbing people of their money. You're like, yeah, you gotta buy 3 different gimmicks. This is dope though. I love the idea of him being like this white. Harwap, thank you for the 7 months. Harwap, you've only been around for 7 months? That can't be right. Because like, he's a stylus, obviously. Is the arm the stylus? That's what it looks like. Like, I just imagine the more forms he gets, the more like colors come in and everything. And I really like that. I like the idea of like him being a blank canvas. I think is so cool. Now I've been here for like a year, but with subs only. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of him like being a blank canvas and then like the rest of it. The card scanner's badass too. With the Rider Ler card and you slide it in. I like them being art students because like, oh, this is sick. Hold on. Quill's card is solid, means she can only use one weapon card at a time. And an origami ponytail. Dude, this is fire. This is hard as fuck. This is badass. This is so cool. These on the fists go so hard. I just, like, could you imagine getting punched and one of these just comes out? Just fucking... It is a crime that we don't have an art-themed rider. This is so cool. Oh, I didn't even realize the quill in the middle. That's sick too. I need to find more describing words for these. I'm just amazed. I need to find better describing words. All of this goes together so well. I really like these on the fist though. This is a murderous Kamen Rider right here. And then Graph has the tagged driver. And like, Rider spray can goes in the middle, push can down, basic function for henshins and attacks, and smoke comes out the sides. Anytime smoke comes out of a driver, I'm all for it. That driver that we saw like in the, I forgot what it was, but it was like some show where they're like, these are the like concept drivers. And the one that was smoke was coming out. I was like, why can't we have that? Why can't we have that? My daughter has like a little like Tyrannosaurus gun that shoots out steam. Can we use that in Kamen Rider? Can we use that in a belt gimmick from now on? This one is so sick. Especially because like, I see a little bit of Slash in there, but I also see like Decade going on. And like even the graph writing is sick on it. It's such a stark difference from the other two, which is like new age drawing stylus pad, quill, pen and paper, graffiti. I love that you were like, I want to use these 3 different themes, but there's all one, this like art is just this combining theme of it all. I think it's so sick. Also, my favorite thing I did for Graph is his head is the head of a spray can and the eyes are the paint sprays. Oh, what? Do you guys see this? Do you understand what's happening? Like this is the paint coming out of the can and this is the top of a spray can. That's so fire. Dude, this is really creative. Yeah, I'm losing. Nobody's losing or winning. Don't worry. This isn't a competition. Just asking the series based on which OCs you would watch. The series based on which OCs you would watch. What do you mean? Like through all of them? I would definitely watch this. I think this is fire. A lot of you guys have like got really thought out with it. Like if you don't have good art, you have a really good backstory. And if you don't have a really good backstory, or if you don't have all the details hammered out, you have really good art. And I think it's cool that you guys like put this much time into something. Like, let's be honest. The thing about OCs is that like, this is never going to happen. I can't put Kamen Rider Links out and make a show of Kamen Rider Links and be like, this is Kamen Rider Links, because like Kamen Rider doesn't belong to me, doesn't belong to you guys. We don't own it. We can't make these things, but it's so cool that we put this much like time and effort and thought into this thing anyways. And been like, hey, this thing has inspired me enough that I want my own piece of this thing. And I think that's so sick. That is the coolest part to me about OCs, is like, there is no universe in which any of us are like, this is gonna get made. This is gonna get made, this is gonna be a thing, the whole world's gonna know it, but we still put this much time and effort into it because we love this thing. My late Showa inspired OC is Kamen Rider Leato. Right? Yeah, Leato or Leto. Leato. Living in the always sunny island of Puerto Rico, Kamen Rider Leato takes his powers directly from the sun with the solar panels on his helmet and transfers them down to his driver, the Street Battery. The Street Battery is a sick name for a driver. What a cool name for a driver. This charge then transfers to his gimmick items, the sun batteries. These batteries are stored on the left side of his belt. He can slot them into the center of his driver to harness their powers. The scarf on his left leg is worn. The scarf on his left leg is one worn by his biking partner who died to save Leato from Shocker brainwashing. Working in Shocker, always good. It's Leato. Okay. Leato. Kamen Rider Leato. I told you I was going to butcher all of these names. He now rides across the lush green mountains and beautiful beaches of Puerto Rico on his motorcycle, El Calajero? El Calajero. Fighting the forces of Shocker to protect his home from colonization and all forces that tried to harm life on the island. I think he failed. I think he loses in the finale. Just like to America. It's already happened. Apologies for the low quality drawing. Don't worry. Don't worry. Apologies for the low quality drawing. I've been busy with college and it's kind of hard to finish a fully rendered, inked, and detailed drawing on such a short notice, but I did my best. Kamen Rider Leato is based on the sun and a lion. His chest armor is meant to resemble the sun rising between mountains and the mountain roads that are common in Puerto Rico. His name is derived from Soledo, which is Spanish for sunny. The solar panels on the middle of his helmet are meant to resemble the traditional Puerto Rican instrument called a... Definitely not going to say this right, but... I can do this. Pronunciation. Wiro. Wiro.
Wiro.
Wiro. There we go. As someone whose country was also colonized, damn, I'm also Puerto Rican, guys. I'm just throwing that out there. My family, the Spanish has been lost for generations of our fathers leaving, but I am also Puerto Rican. Weirdo. The concept for the rider was, what if Shocker had a branch trying to expand into Puerto Rico? Would there be a Kamen Rider to save us? And that's where the idea took me. The gimmick of batteries comes from how important battery-powered items were back during Hurricane Maria aftermath, where we didn't have power for months, and anything that used batteries instead of being plugged was invaluable. His rider kick is called the Sunset Break. His real name isn't important because he could be anybody that has a love for all natural life. By the way, trans rights, free Palestine. You can find my better art on Twitter, Kurori Guitar, and I'm opening commissions soon. Indie. Shut your mouth. There's nothing low quality about this art. That's insane. Like, oh, sorry, this is so low quality. Oh, guys, I didn't get to do... Like, this is fire. What are you talking about? This is great. And it's like I love the idea of the batteries. It's so dope. You have fire, water, electric, pressure, hurricane, and jump. The driver is sick. The helmet, like it definitely induces the like Showa vibe you were going for. This is so badass. This is great. This is beautiful. I have no notes. A+. I love everything about this. I love the backstory you came up with. I love the Hurricane Maria references and everything. Like, you put so much thought into this and what a Kamen Rider local to you would look like that it like, it's so meaningful that even without the fire art, it would be like great and A+. But then you came in with this. And it's just like, oh, and let's not forget like the thing on its head, the thing right here that we're all like, oh yeah, Kamen Rider Zeto, Kamen Rider J, Kamen Rider, like, these are solar panels. These are solar panels because that's what the batteries are power. Like, incredibly artistic, creative, great, incredible. Here's the only other OC I made. Kamen Rider Oa. I can't be pronouncing that wrong, right? Oa. The name comes from royalty, originally called Oga, but I changed it. He has a bird theme. His belt, the Dio driver, has little daggers attached to it as his signature weapons. Because anyone who dual wields daggers is cool. I don't know about story. Maybe the human of Kamen Rider Dio. Brilliance up. Oh, okay. We're still working in the Revice thing. We're still working in the Revice universe. I like the little feet on the bird. On the bird. The bird vice stamp is cool. And I like the Demon's Driver attachment going on here. But that's dope. This is what you want to be the human form of Dio? Is that what you're saying? So happy you all liked it, my ideas so much. Thank you also. Thank you for submitting. That was crazy. You guys are so damn creative. I'm also afraid because we're still on yesterday at 8 p.m. and it's like halfway down the slider on the side. And I saw so many people submit new messages already. I'm going to try to get to all of them, I promise. These are Kamen Rider Dreams, Left, and Kamen Rider Nightmares, right. They're from an old fan fiction I wrote back in high school, and since I started this audio drama, I've been thinking about reviving it as its own audio drama, so I redesigned them, and I have a doc that I'm always updating to get the story right. Speaking of story, I'm not sure how detailed I can go without spoiling a story I want to tell at some point, but basically, they're high school seniors who fight physical manifestations of our fears, anxieties, and nightmares, known as, well, nightmares. They fight to protect the dreams of the student body and faculty, and eventually the dream realm of Cognitia, with the help and mentorship of the original Kamen Rider Dreams, who pass down the mantle to our main character, whose name I still have to figure out. I literally have everything, including forms for everyone, and the Dream Driver's design. They changed forms using crystal shards, except their names. That's cool. Crystal shards is a sick gimmick. Dreams is themed after a lightning bug, and Nightmares is themed after a bed bug. Great idea. Do you guys, I hope none of you ever have to deal with bed bugs. Ever. Esconde here about Fault Roll went with that name like the Yu-Gi-Oh card XX Saber Fault Roll. I went with Kamen Warrior since the belt is still incomplete. The slot in it would be for cards and the screwdriver would be for the name the user calls it. Hey, we were thinking about how it looked like a card would go on that side. So that's good. That's good. We got it right, guys. We understood it. They're bugsters. Dreams is themed after a lightning bug. Nightmares is themed after a bed bug. I'm not really good with bodies, so I've been meaning to get something commissioned with a full body and maybe color, which I also haven't decided on yet. Anyway, I hope to develop this drama one day and be able to share the story over 10 years in the making. I love that that's how long you've had this. These are also very Showa-esque designs that I like. I like that they're minimalistic, but like 100% Kamen Rider. I mean, if a Kamen Rider season would exist based on every dude here, which would you enjoy the most? I have no idea. I have no idea which one I would enjoy the most after just reading these. I thought I would really enjoy Geo based on the summary. But these are sick. These are fire. I love these. I love the idea that like you still want to tell this in an audio drama, so like make it happen. And here are the drawings. Oh, Kamen Rider Echoes. First tour, his main rider form with a lead and samurai motif blends a more traditional look. Or Ecos. I said Echoes. Kamen Rider Ecos. Traditional look with a subtle futuristic edge from the ident. Also Leaf. Last photo is the Eco Driver, which works by inserting the ident card and pulling the lever, unlocking its true power. Also has a slot in between the card and the lever for future attachments. This is dope. I really like the gauntlets. The gauntlets are sick. But he also has this badass like samurai motif going on. And I also just love chest crests. Chest crests are fire. Harwap, banger ass job. You put the ident in through the side like that and then flip this out. Oh, I get what you're talking about with the XA driver now. I understand the gamer driver reference now. This comes out. And then you have the symbol right there. Also, my main inspiration for the Dreams and Nightmares design was Sagu. I like Sagu. Sagu's sick. Harwap the GOAT! Kamen Rider Paleo. This one I'm going to mess up. Trizenodon form. Trizenodon form. Hawk, when you read this, put the Jurassic Park theme, no balls. You guys don't have to be mean. This one I can't put in the YouTube video because it's not a video game song. Oh, I didn't rate Ecos yet. I really like Ecos. I give him an A. A minus. This was uploaded 16 years ago to YouTube. 47 million views. All right. Dr. Kyo, Ryuo, uses stone fossil tablets to transform, and his top, middle, and bottom parts are from the Sino, Meso, and Paleozoic eras. He fights against an evil corporation trying to turn people into meteor monsters, uncontrollable beasts bent on genocide, and destroy the environment for their gain. As a kid, Kyo made friends with a rare species of bird that went extinct because of pollution. Now he fights for the extinct and endangered species. I really like that little like he was a friend with a bird that went extinct, and now he hangs out, or now he defends species so they don't go extinct. That's so sick. I made tons of forms. If anyone wants to see them, I'll put them in the art tab. And it's here. I'm getting O's. It's giving O's, except for this part, which just seems like sticky notes of the animals you're going for. It's giving O's and Juo the world. Yeah, exactly. I like how these flow into each other. I don't know why. I like that your rider has the V going on. I think that's cool. And this knee pads being the saber-toothed tiger, like, head is sick. Oh, and there's the little head of this one. I don't know what the middle is supposed to be. I'm imagining Godzilla, but I know I'm wrong. Yeah, I can definitely see the O's influences, especially in the driver here, obviously. You got the stone tablets going in, and it makes like one big thing. I get it. Shout out, Kamen Rider Paleo. Giving him a B. This is where it's, God, this is where when I started streaming, this was the last one on here. And now there's so much more. There's so much more. Here's my Geats OC, Kamen Rider Sacrifice. The story. When he was graduated from high school and enjoying his life, he had a job at the packaging facility, and he wished he could be a billionaire. Then, Sumori walks up to Elijah with a mission box, and Sumori says, "You have been selected as a Kamen Rider." And then Elijah says, "Kamen Rider? What are you talking about?" And then Sumori says, "Well, you have been selected to join the DGP as a Kamen Rider." And then Elijah says, "I will do it." And then Elijah joined the DGP as Kamen Rider Sacrifice and fights the Jamatos. Is this Alex Lee? Who is this picture of? What's up, Toku fan? Some good voice acting? Thank you. No, that's Elijah. Who is this picture of? I've also seen this driver. Somebody... Oh, whose driver is this? Nami73, I think? Is this Nami73's driver? It, like, puts his fingers in the mouth. It's such a sick driver. He made it custom, though. And then there's what the head looks like. This is cool. My rider-inspired OC design's still a bit of work in progress, but I thought I'd throw him in anyways while I still could. I'm not interested in justice or protect. Oh, sorry, this is voice acting again, huh? I'm not interested in justice or protecting mankind. I honestly despise you humans, but my family is everything to me. Threaten them, and I'll end you in an instant. Henshin! Umbra is a temperamental but ultimately kind-hearted Sarugan born on planet Terra to Solus, father, and Lunaire, mother. Both of them who regrettably passed away the day he was born. This is VA Achilles. After a series of mental health crises and living on the streets, he was picked up by a man by the name of Erebus, who took him in as a student alongside 5 others who would become some of his closest friends, one even developing a crush on him, to learn to control the powers which had once driven him mad. He would eventually meet Professor Diane Smith, the smartest woman on the planet, and aid her in finishing her greatest creation, the Neo Breaker, allowing Umbra to transform into an armored warrior and even assume a form of pure data. Now far closer to Diane as adoptive mother and son, Umbra and his Crimson Wolf companion Eclipse fights to protect his newfound family and defeat those who dare threaten them, as well as seek out the man who took his first family from him, though he may have already found him. If Erebus is the guy who killed his mother and father, my heart's gonna be broken. My heart is gonna be absolutely broken. Please don't tell me that's a twist. Powers: absorption, matter, DNA, energy and abilities, darkness, manipulation, immortality, respawn up to a year after dying. So he can wait to respawn. Interesting. Weakness: loud noise, absorbing too much energy / too many abilities. Addiction to DNA, a little gnat. Addiction to DNA absorption, cannot take abilities too deeply woven into someone's DNA. Soul erasure, possession, resurrecting results in errors like amnesia or genetic disorders. Umbra has a black wing hidden in his back that removes all of his powers if cut off. And I mean all of them. Tokuvan, thank you for the follow. So like, that's how you kill him then. You take off his wing. He also just seems like his weaknesses could be like you wrote a lot of weaknesses, and the whole time I was reading them, I was like, also a gun. Also a gun. Oh, it grows back. How long does it take for it to grow back? Let me open it up so I can read this. Cannon arm, already love. A month. So you can kill him for a month if you chop off his wing. Cannon arm always gets me. Hover shoes is badass. I like this though. He has like an Iron Man style suit. Sick hair. This is the front and the back. I like these pants. These pants are cool. I would wear these normally. Umbra Wolf, age 14, sex male, race Sarugan, height, eye color, formerly brown. Hair color brunette with red streaks, silver when powered up. Skin color light brown. Usual Phoenicians? Marking on cheek and silver haired when powered up. Blue and orange markings on face when fully powered. Prehensile monkey-like tail. I feel like you like Dragon Ball Z. Does that make sense? Oh no, my one weakness. Death. Jeff Toei definitely in the stream. Like, guys, write it down. We need it, please. We need to use this next time. If any rider that comes up in the next 3 or 4 years sounds like a rider that we read off in here, then you guys know they've definitely been watching. Because Lynx is just Gotchard. When I came up with Lynx, Gotchard came out like 6 months later. He saw we're doing OCs and thank God the next 50 years. Whew. We don't have to come up with ideas, guys. We got it. The next 50 years. Oh shit. Somebody get Fua's actor on the phone. What do you mean he disappeared? What do you mean he disappeared? Get his actor on the phone. Next up is... all these characters are based off characters from Azul Striker Gunvolt 1 through 3. These are comms by Raftozy on Twitter and Oliver Artwork on Fiverr. The names of the OCs are Kamen Rider Luminescent, Kamen Rider Rolla. This is a mix between the JP names and English names, which are Roro and in Japanese, Lola in English. Rolla is the red one and Luminescent is the blue. The second image is of Kamen Rider Avenge. I almost thought that's an average, and I was like, what a cool name for a Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider Average would be such a sick Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider Avenge and Kamen Rider Azur. The names for these are based off the title of the games, and the final one is Kamen Rider Jin. The raise buckle is made by me. I don't know how I didn't think of like, man, it would be so sick to have the drawings in like battle stances fighting. This is badass. This is so sick. I love that you like commission it and we're like, can I have my 2 riders not like face first, not like doing a pose. Let me get them facing off. Let me get them facing off, please. Yeah, it is the Stream driver and the Desire driver going on here. These are great. These look great. And this was Rolla. No, this one is Rolla and Luminescent. Second image is Kamen Rider Avenge and Azur. This is cool. This is definitely a 0-1 rider. This could be a 0-1 rider. Oh, they have shot risers. Duh. See, I was looking at this one. I was like, face 0-1 rider. Boom. They had a shot riser the whole time. I'm on it today. You know what I mean? I didn't mispronounce any words or anything. I'm on it. This is badass art. I need to commission something where people are like fighting more or like doing cool stances more. And this is Kamen Rider Jin. Which like Jin, like a genie. Dude, this is sick. And they have a progress key. So these are just more 0-1 OCs. These are badass. I love this one. I love the starry hair, I would imagine. I thought it was a cape, but then I saw it go all the way up. The blue one is the Fu Rider form and slide. This is badass. I like the back like prong too. I think it looks really cool. These Kamen Riders are like looking like Kamen Riders. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get artwork or you see artwork that's like, oh, this is my Kamen Rider. And it's like, that doesn't really look like a Kamen Rider. These like look like Kamen Riders. This is Kamen Rider Forest. 2X the Mark II and 2X the Narcolepsy. Yes, I have my own action figure of it. Yes, I molded 2 Mark II to make the belt really exist. And yes, I have narcolepsy. DGP contestant that has the human as his animal. He turned into a flaming skull to encourage people to burn calories. He has to fight as fast as possible before he passes out. Personal trainer by day, Kamen Rider fighting for the wish to help everyone achieve their fitness goals by night. I need this Kamen Rider. Fun fact, he fixes the monster's form and makes them squat before he rider... Fun fact, he fixes the monster's form and makes them squat before he rider kicks them with his perfect form. That seems so fucked up. That seems incredibly fucked up that the minute this monster like achieves a good squat and like Uchukita's up like I did it, it's just death instantly. Just big kick, death. Art and toy by Zinra Art. Tried to add the modded driver and core that exist. Also, the logo is my mascot for my IRL personal training business, and I have a tattoo of the logo, so like I can wear my Kamen Rider mask whenever I want. Twitter if you want to see. Oh, dope! You actually like put it together with the Geats logo and everything. This is sick. I like the flaming. When you said flaming skull, I was like, oh, great. Ghost Rider. But this actually looks really like distinct and like its own thing. Oh, is this your toy? Hold on. Let's look at the toy first. You have an action figure? Is this the Gazer arm? And the Geats 9 chest? And the Geats 9 eyes? I can't even imagine what it takes to make a custom toy. This is so dope. And then you have the art, which like, I get it. I get it now. Bro making merch now. This one wins automatically. I get it. A+. This one's fire. I love the burning skull. Seeing it like this so much more. Like this is such a cool design, and to have like a black boost like this. So good. And then here's the two boosts together. It does kind of look like a Gunimon. That makes sense. Next up, Kamen Rider Ride. Name, Ryota Aka. Transformation item or items, bus driver and bus key, similar to the 01 driver. Forms 3. Form 1, school bus. And we have a jingle. If this jingle is just wheels on the bus, That would be insane.
Ray will Kamen Rider belts be wild.
Oh, it's this.
Bus driver, tap in.
Is this your stop?
Yay! Journey to the west, 50 cents.
Please stand beyond the yellow line. Stay clear of the doors. And the final rider of the series?
The school bus jingle. Description, he can move very fast and hit hard, mid-strength, high speed. From every anime I've seen, school buses hit pretty hard. Finisher, stop sign slam, a rider kick that stops the opponent from moving. Form 2, tour bus, jingle, not applicable. Description, moves slowly due to its size and strength, high strength, low speed. Love that. Strong boy. Strong boy, don't need speed. Form 3, battle bus. We just threw in a Fortnite reference because why not? Jingle, not applicable. Oh, we got a jingle. Hold on. We got a jingle for the battle bus. Come on, guys.
We got a #1 victory royale.
Henshin! Description, moves fast, but due to his strength being low, he uses long-range weapons. Strength? None. Speed high. Finisher, battle blast, combines his guns to create a blast of energy. Weapons, school has bow staff, tour has giant fist, and battle has 2 pistols. Vehicles not applicable. Crimson Koopa, thank you for the prime sub. First Hyper Motegi, then Cross Saber, now Battle Bus. I love jingles that sing. Strength, no. That is the funny part. That's like, strength, none. No strength at all. He's like the one ace in the 4 Aces movie. Civilian abilities, a vast intellect, strength and weaknesses, super smart, and good decision-making skills. Driver makes him more durable, plus he can use the gas in his driver to make himself stronger. Not that athletic. Same. The driver uses gasless fuel. Longer he uses it, the faster the fuel gets depleted. He has to pay for gas, so if he's broke, he can't. This is very, like, escapism, and then it's like, hey, but also remember shit costs money, and, like, the downfalls of life. I also cannot go anywhere if I didn't have any gas and had no money for gas. So hit that Prime sub button. I would watch the show, don't get me wrong. This is very funny. It's very well thought out. His father is a scientist at a corporation that creates new type of vehicles using a power source known as Chikara that fell from the sky. Oops, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? We actually just got copyright struck. Jeff Toei has been watching the whole time. Apparently, we guessed his next 3 rider series. His father is a scientist at a corporation that creates new types of vehicles using a power source known as Chikara that fell from the sky. One day, while visiting his father in his lab, aliens begin tearing the lab apart to use the power source to create monsters that resemble vehicle robot people. One of them is known as Train Z, the leader of the aliens. Ryuo's father knew this day would happen, so he gave his son, a college student who works part-time as a bus driver, and a bus key. His father was dying and told his son that that was the only way to stop them. From that day forward, Ryuo would fight Train Z and his henchmen as the hero Kamen Rider Ride. This is your stop. And the glasses just say stop. Fire! Let's go! That's so good. This is dope. I like the driver. The driver looks cool. It reminds me of Sentai a little bit. Like, isn't this like the Kaku Ranger symbol? The visor's so good. Stop, you're breaking the law. Yeah, is this not just the Kaku Ranger symbol? As a diehard Geo stan, I approve of the visor. I decided this visor reminds me of Geo. Words in the visor, plus. Kamen Rider Ride is really sick. I really like that. You have a PDF? What's in the PDF? Oh, why did I download it? Oh, it's just what you put. Got a virus, guys. Train Z, can't wait for Plane Z. He's in the second half. He's in the second arc. This one. Arc was originally just a rogue in a fantasy world until he had to pull a card from the deck of many things. He drew the wish card. He wished for a better future. It gives him the Fate Belt. Now he can draw tarot cards from his deck box, giving him either buffs or debuffs that apply to himself or others. He is Kamen Rider Destiny. With his new power, will he be able to break the strings of destiny holding him back? He was originally not supposed to be a Kamen Rider until during the D&D campaign, I had to draw a card from a deck of many things. We're still early in the campaign, so if he gets an upgrade for him, I'll tell you guys. His Rider Kick is where he manifests the strings of fate that binds him to fate and breaks them, then attaches it to an enemy holding them in place. While the enemy is stuck, he does his Rider Kick Destiny Breaker. Shout out to my DM and friend Mysterious Phoenix, who helped me flesh out the idea and who helped me make what he looks like in Hero Forge below. Here are the effects of the tarot cards. Ooh, we get a Hero Forge picture. Boop, ba doop, ba doop, ba doop. 8%, okay. There we go. Ooh. I was so on board and I don't know what these back things are now. Oh my god, is he a spider? This is kind of cool. I don't even know what Hero Forge is. I like the belt. I like the belt going on. I've always thought it would be cool to have a rider with buffs and debuffs. Those things are not supposed to be there. They popped up out of nowhere. I was like, what's happening? Can I just unclick them? Do they go away? If I don't want to be a weaver. Wait, now I'm just making it worse. Okay, pretend those things aren't there. Pretend those are not there. Yeah, I've always thought it'd be cool to have a rider that, like, not all the gimmicks they have is like a plus. Like sometimes it's against them, and not like in a way of like, oh, he's just using it at the wrong moment. Like he's using the the rocket wrong or whatever. I think it would be really cool if you straight up had something and it's like, well, now I have no speed. Which X-Blade kind of plays with, but I think it'd be cool if that was built into the actual gimmicks. I like this one though. The Terra card rider is a good idea that I've seen from many people. I think it's really cool. Hey all, this is a stand, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, OC rider from a comic thing. It feels like a lot of you have a thing that you made that was OC and then send it in and go, this is a rider also. This is a Stan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, OC Rider from a comic thing that me and a bunch of my friends made a long while back. The Stan name is Smooth Operator, now known as Ventura Highway because Araki used it now, and has the ability of wavelength manipulation. Essentially, it can control anything from light rays to gamma rays. What a sick, overpowered power. But the more intense the radiation, the worse off the user. The Stand functions as a wearable suit that can be used for espionage and secret missions. Its user, Univirtuoso, is a high school student who runs a gang of vigilantes who help with the corruption happening inside his old school. He has a pirate design because pirates are cool. I can't find my sketchbook, so y'all are getting an old story post. As for the rider name, this is Kamen Rider Ganger, with the name based off Geiger. Kamen Rider Geiger with a name based off a Geiger counter, a device that measures radioactivity, and his powers are pretty much the same. Sorry for so many words. I was really excited to share. You have like one of the shortest paragraphs out of this whole page. Don't feel sorry for so many words. Do is music and universe themed with his name and suit. I don't know why he just is. He's buff as fuck. He was like, actually, I'm just gonna be buff. I wonder who this is. I wonder if he's getting an official art soon. Did he? This is August of 23. Did he get official art? He is a pirate. I understand the pirate motif. It looks great. I love that he has a scarf. Honestly, anyone that has a scarf, you can call a Kamen Rider right off the bat. So the helmet is dope too. I would like a little more belt. Show me what the transformation device is. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy that. This is my OC Kamen Rider Retsuo. He is from Kamen Rider Deno. A lot of people choosing Deno. I wonder why. Or he would have his own original series. Now, time for lore. Ryland Stevenson was a normal barista. This is like our fourth barista, guys. There are a lot of you that are baristas, aren't there? So many coffee bean workers in the chat right now. Baristas are the wave. A lot of Deno people and a lot of baristas. There has to be some correlation here. Was a normal barista at a cafe until eventually met an imagine named Ikali. Like E. Nothing hotter than with a guy who is also making your coffee. Another little part about Slide, he has a slight Fies vibes with the suitcases during the guide using the belt. I got Fies vibes when you said the lines part of it. And then through unfortunate events, he went from a normal guy to a world-saving Kamen Rider. Also, Rylan and Ikali argue a lot, so they can barely transform until they get along. His driver is a gun called the Rail Cannon, which fires small trains, which are like rockets. He transforms by inserting the pass into the rail cannon, and it says, clip it, does a standby jingle, and he pulls the handle back, and it screams, all aboard, and the armor zooms on tracks and goes on him. Now, more lore. You were already giving lore. You said time for lore. You don't have to put now more lore when you didn't do. This is still lore. When his home was destroyed, it was an illusion. He activated his super form, Stream Mode, High Speed, which gives him super speed and strength, and he can summon the railways that can move on anything, which can make him go up to light speed. And his final form is called Unlimited Mode, and it happens when his liner, called the Ret Liner, goes on an infinite railway, and Rylan and Ikali fuse together. They get powers beyond the universe's control. Fire. I don't know why. That's just a fire way to describe something, right? Oh, is it Ikale? Did I totally screw it up? Ikale. Beyond the universe's control. I would probably make other forms like Deno, like sword, spear, hammer, etc. Anyways, thank you for reading this. I would probably make this as a fanfic or a live action series. And there's the rail cannon. Just a train with a gigantic cannon on it is so sick. This is so cool to build a train with a gigantic cannon on the front. They're just like, oh, Thomas the Tank Engine? Thomas the Biscuit. Thomas the Tank Biscuit. Also, green is a color I feel like it isn't used a lot. So I love to see it here. If that is green. I'm not entirely sure. This is cool. This is super final form. Oh, what a sick belt. What a sick driver. He's got like Bart Simpson hair too on his helmet, which is cool. Which is always fire. And then a white form. Everybody loves a white form. This it's got the infinity on it too. It's infinity and hyper Muteki put together. And then little bitty legs. Skipping leg day right there. Yeah, there's like a little bit of Geo here, a little bit of Ghost, and a little bit of Hyper Muteki. All put together. These are dope. I really like the art on those. Oh, sorry I don't have a drawing since I can't draw that well, but my Kamen Rider OC is based off of Grease and the Hokuto trio as Kamen Rider Slinger, a cowboy who has been a Kamen Rider for 2 years who attacks the escaped alien monsters from 30 years ago, and he uses a gunslinger, which size-wise would be the Dawn Blaster, but yellow gun with the top half cut off, so it's kind of like an airplane landing, and inserts the robot, which toy-wise would be the size of a Super Sentai Zord. The Dawn Blaster, but the top is flat, and you insert the whole Super Sentai Zord toy on top of it? Is that what we're talking about here? Is that what's happening? Super Sentai Zord toys are big. Like really, like bigger than the Dawn Blaster. And uses it as his form, and he just wants money to support his gang who is driven towards each town for each episode. And so he uses his main form, Owl form, which is a gun primary form, which has a Jin-like faceplate, but an owl is mostly yellow, has a cowboy hat, then has a yellow cape, which he can shoot from anywhere and still hit his target and fly. Next is his castle form, which is the most durable form. Okay, here's where the Hokuto trio comes in. I get it. I understand. Did you rate Retsu yet? I'm gonna give this one a B+, because I like that you have the multiple forms going on. And like I said, I like the green going on. His castle form, which he can withstand any attack, its appearance is just the castle smash form with the head of the guard from Geo, and then he can turn into a tank or an axe if he can combine it with a tank for a secondary form. Lastly is the stag beetle form, which is the fast and speedy master swordsman. He can be fast as clock up. Kamen Rider Slinger is the cowboy who protects people because of his father. We are so on board, so on track with Kamen Riders and their father issues. That's just, everyone just locked in for it. Let's go. Protects because of his father, who works with the monsters as Kamen Rider Jet Crow. Ooh, bad father. Bad father. Also Kamen Rider staple. Good job. And just for money, so him and his two partners just to live peaceful. P.S. I don't have a name for him like civilian-wise. Also, his personality is kind of like Ace Ukiyo. I'm better than you. I don't really care. I just want money type of attitude. I don't care. I'm better than you and I just want money. Slinger. Cool. I would like to see you try to draw him out, or like get somebody else to draw him. Mine doesn't have father issues. Boo! Not a real Kamen Rider. Fake Rider. That's some Kamen Warrior ass shit. No father issues? Kamen Warrior. Ignore the red Senshi to the left. This is the only picture I have of him. Kamen Rider Mince. I almost said Mintis. Kamen Rider Mince, but good thing you put the candy there. Jintaro Hitari, son of a well-known candy maker, arrival on the corporation, other hand, turns people into Kantikaizers. Now, with the help of his genius sister, Jintaro uses the power of Kamen Rider mints to fight the rival corporation and save the day, as well as delighting people with delicious chocolates throughout. A pink rider with peppermint pattern throughout, including his eyes, he transformed with vinyl record type mint discs to assume each form. Peppermint main, spearmint alternative, etc. And this is him on the right-hand side right here. He looks dope. I really like his driver. His driver looks cool as hell. His driver is so sick. When you said like discs, I thought like small ones, but having just a full ass CD and slapping it on the driver, so sick. This looks cool. I really like his design. The chest piece is good. The top front helmet, I thought reminded me of Orion. Shishi Red Orion, but like it looks great. This is also a cool red. I don't know if this is your red, but this is a cool red too. I like this. I like the superhero time squad going on. Retsuo has mother issues. I just forgot to mention him. Nobody likes their parents. No Kamen Rider likes their parents for some reason. Tisbeth, have a good night. I don't have a story for the project I'm making based off the original Kamen Rider series in an alternate future. Pick 1, Kamen Rider Super Ichigo, incomplete weakened state. Pick 2, Kamen Rider Super Ichigo, completed full armored. Pick 3, Kamen Rider Hyper Ichigo, Kamen Rider Super Nego, weakened state. Kamen Rider Super Nego, full armored. Kamen Rider Super Sango, weakened state. Kamen Rider Super Sango, full armored. Kamen Rider Super Yongo, Kamen Rider Super Ogo. By the way, if this does get a high enough tier, I will make more projects off a few other Showa riders. And it's Geats' base form. They're Geats forms with Ichigo, Nego, but like also 0-1 forms on top of them? Or they're just combining old forms and new forms. I don't even know whose shoulders these are. These are cool. How'd you make these? This is Arc. This is just Arc. Also, I think this dude's belt's wrong. I think this dude has two Typhoon little things. Can't draw so good, so I have to let your imagination buttons here. Have to hit your imagination buttons here. Let's do it. The name of this rider is Kamen Rider Hood. The suit is like a beaten up look of a build suit. His eyes are arrows that fly up on his helmet. His suit is dark green with a brown cowl. When it comes to the cowl, imagine the one Dark of the Moon Megatron wears. Oh, okay. Got it. Understood. The driver is titled the Robin Driver. Its gimmicks is arrows based on elements, and to make him more unique, his base form is earth. The driver looks like a bow facing towards the floor. When henching, the arrow goes through the leg splits, goes over the shoulders, and up onto the helmet, making the eyes. Meanwhile, armor magical forms around him, like how most riders do. The lore. Years ago, a mysterious warrior fought against evil creatures using a magical belt after successfully pushing back the royals, the monsters of the show, imagine the villains from Lupat, but couldn't defeat them forever. Years and years ago, passed into the modern day, where after the royals have awoken, a mysterious man in a museum grabs the old Robin Hood bow, transforming into the Hood Driver, making him the new Kamen Rider Hood. Later, it would be revealed he is the descendant of Robin Hood, and the Hood Driver is only activated by the DNA of Robin Hood bloodline. Oh yeah, his weapon is a bow and arrow, if you couldn't guess, and unlike other riders, he lacks a finisher until his final form titled Kamen Rider Underhooded. The secondary is titled Kamen Rider Axe. He is a lumberjack that uses a massive axe to transform, with his gimmick being bits of wood that can split the third rider named Kamen Rider Wedge, Double Edge. He starts off as an enemy that is brainwashed by the royals, but in reality, he is just a poor man who has lost everything. I feel like somebody mentioned it before, but like, having a Kamen Rider sort of in that Gira vein that's like this oppressed, like poor, poverty-stricken person is like a good idea that I feel like they should use more of, like this Kamen Rider is fighting back against the man. It probably is like a shaky idea nowadays that like Toei would be like, no, we don't want to touch that. But it's a good idea. Another one with art, Kamen Rider Uchukadile. Watanabe Junpei. This is the one I thought you were going to submit, Heroes. Watanabe Junpei. Crocodile theme rider, aggressive but fast fighting style, disgraced pro boxer. A lot of pro boxers too. Geets showed up and took the spotlight, which distracted Junpei enough to lose the title match. DGP wish is to become a star brighter than the star of the stars. Blue and red color scheme. Primary buckle is the Bolt Strike buckle. Gives him a lightning imbued sword whip plus knightly armor. Pairs buckle mostly with splashdown buckle for primary form to rival strength of Magnum Boost Geets. Splashdown buckle allows firing of water jets on arms or legs. Combined with Thunderstrike is lethal. Often says, I'm so bad at Japanese. Akuse Hasai Jikan roughly translates to let's go. It's crushing time when fighting Jamato. This is dope. M for Mighty is a good artist as well. This is a sick helmet. I like this. And then the bottom obviously switches out because it's Geets. It's Geets. This is a sick ass helmet. Edgy Teen Kamen Rider. I hate you, mom. I hate you, dad. I'm edgy. It's not a phase. Lizard Folk Paladin I made based off of Amazon for a D&D one-shot I did. It does look like Amazon's. It's even got the Amazon driver. Look at his feet. I play this persona at my post-apocalyptic LARP. Kamen Rider Wastes. Name is Date. I was supposed to be the next Kamen Rider set between Revice and Geets. I got picked up by Ryutaro, and the gang to take me to commemorate me as the next Kamen Rider. While waiting for Ryutaro to get off his high horse and greet me, I decided to party with the Momotaros and let loose. When Ryutaro shows up pissed at how I blaze the Momos are, he tells me that I'm no Kamen Rider and kicks me off in a wasteland where no Kamen Rider has ever existed. Before being kicked out of a moving train, the Momos shove unto me miscellaneous gifts from my survival. A prototype belt, the V4 scarf, a blade, Serpico, and a blaster, Goto-chan, because he talks to it. It's the wastes. We're all crazy to a degree. A dangerous land. This may not get Jeff Toei's approval. A dangerous land where monsters of every mutation breeds. I started by finding odd jobs to pay for tomorrow's beer instead of tomorrow's underwear. Get it? Until I joined a group of monster hunters to clear this land of safety, and for education for survival, I've come to find that this dimension never had a Kamen Rider. I may hate Ryotaro for dumping me in this desolate world, but in his mistake was that he brought me to this world to save it as its hero, Kamen Rider Wastes. Note, a factory tore my arm off, so I had to attach a robotic limb, and I went to tour a spaceship out in orbit, and all I got from a faulty teleportation back down was a mutated cattail. I used 4 different masks because it's the wasteland so thematic, as my forms depending on scenarios that happen in the moment during the weekend. My OP is The Blade and the Will by Unto Others. I did not draw this, but a friend did. I genuinely love being this character. This is a character Josue actually plays in LARPing, and this is Date. Deno keeps popping up with these OCs. Yeah, 100%. Deno did all of this for some reason. How did you all find me? The person who is like one of the least fans of Deno, and you're just like, Hawkilles is our guy. This is sick. I love the driver too. I love the driver. It looks badass. It's very much like a prototype Typhoon. The robotic arm and the cattail going on too. there's something so cool about like going into LARPing like this real, like the same way of D&D. I used Deno as the bad guy for you. Okay, good. It's the same way as D&D of like, you start with this idea and you're like, I want to be this thing. And then the game or whatever you're doing, the instance like changes that thing into something that you could like have never have thought of before. And it's so good. This is the same type of idea as the D&D thing, where it's just like, this is what my Kamen Rider has went through. And it's like, it's not all this perfect sunshine thing. This stuff actually happened. I think that's really cool. All right, last one. Really short entry, but this character for a project I'm working on. Cyborg Riser Phoenix is the main superhero from a TV show obviously ripped off of Kamen Rider. In the story, he popped out of a TV and is living in the real world with the protagonist. His catchphrase is, "Please don't cry anymore. Even if I have to rise from the ashes, I will always answer your prayers." This is the concept sketch and not the fully done design, but I thought it'd be nice to share. EV, this is dope. I really like your art style. He looks sort of, I feel the Jin influences from 01, right? Going on. But like, he's also a phoenix, so obvious. That's a pretty specific catchphrase. I dig it. I like that when people included catchphrases. That was good. This is fire. I like these. All good OCs, guys. Far and away, all good OCs. We need to make an RP chat where all of our writers can chill and do stuff. There's so many reasons why, like, I don't trust the Discord to do a ton of stuff. We're all writers, chat. Every single one of us. All writers. New OC literally just dropped. All right, last one. Ready? This is very special to me. Reboot of a reboot of a reboot of an old Kamen Rider inspired RP me and my chosen brother did years ago. His name is Golden Samurai. His driver is a little robot named Rudy. His forms are blue flying, red fire, green ground, white speed, and super all colors. The lore is super deep and I don't really remember it. I just remember it's really psychological deep. Also, the weapon for the last form, I don't even know what it is. There's more art of this, but it's just the secondary rider, villain, and other stuff from DB is not here. It's a 6 samurai. I love the rockets on its arms. Those are cool. I'm a big fan of bows. I don't know if you guys know this. Bows are probably one of my favorite weapons. Green hammer. Can't go wrong with like just a badass Thor hammer. Shurikens for the white. And then the all colors. Oh, this is a sick way to combine them all. Just go straight up Star Gotchard style. And be like, everybody gets a limb. Here you go. Green Arrow fan spotted. Hawkeye fan spotted. more precisely, Hawkeye fan started. I like that one. That one's cool. You guys put so much thought in this. Now I like have to think of something. You know what I'm saying? I do have an OC. Just to let you guys know. I do have an OC that I can share with you guys. Tomorrow, in fact. Tomorrow I can share it with you. Keep an eye out on King Zoru's YouTube channel. There may be a video coming out with me and a few other people who have designed OCs. And that's all I will say. I put the link in chat. King Zoru _VT on YouTube. Sick ass Tokutuber if you haven't checked him out yet. But he has a video coming tomorrow that I think you guys will be very, very happy with. I think you all will be very excited about. Zora's videos are always on my recommended. They're great. And let me just say, the video tomorrow is hot fire. Let me just say, I already know what tomorrow is, and it's insanely cool. 2024 Rider coming tomorrow? Kind of. Kind of.